What's going on, everyone? Nick here with an Alien Universe update, this time going over a new novel that has been announced that will give us our first indication and prequel story for Cold Iron Studios' upcoming Alien shooter game. So we had heard about this Cold Iron Studios Alien game for quite some time now, even though we don't really know too much about the game. And a few months ago we learned that Dark Horse Comics was planning a prequel comic book titled Aliens Colonial Marines Rising Threat. Due to some unforeseen circumstances happening, that series was cancelled after allegations surfaced against writer Brian Wood, but now it looks like Titan Books has picked up the slack and is now going to be producing a prequel novel titled Alien Infiltrator. If you guys picked up the most recent Alien book, Prototype, you'll notice that the previously unannounced title was on the other titles page in the book under Infiltrator, and the official synopsis reads, Dr. Timothy Honecker arrives on Pala Station, a Weyland-Yutani facility. Lured there by the promise of alien artifacts, instead he finds a warped bureaucracy and staff of misfits testing the effects of xenomorph biomaterials on living creatures. Unbeknownst to the personnel, however, there is an infiltrator among them, whose actions could spell disaster. Also on staff is Victor Rawlings, a former Marine who gathers together other veterans to prepare for the worst. As the personnel receive a delivery of alien eggs, the experiments spin out of control and only the former colonial Marines can stand between the humans and certain death. So like I mentioned, we don't really know when this upcoming massively multiplayer shooter game is coming out, being developed by Cold Iron Studios. Things have been kind of dark ever since the Disney purchase. There was even some rumblings that maybe Disney could be selling off publisher Fox Next, who was set to publish the game, but that doesn't really seem to be the case, or we don't really know anything about that thus far. Now, the novel is set for release next July, so perhaps this Cold Iron game could actually hit shelves next fall, which would line up pretty well, timetable wise, the novel getting released to prep the game being released, so hopefully that all kind of lines up. But honestly, I'm actually pretty interested in this novel. It sounds pretty intriguing. I like the synopsis. I always like stories that examine Weyland-Yutani as a company and some of the stuff they're up to. It seems like we might be getting some more hybrid type xenomorphs in this because of the mention that they're testing the effects of xenomorph biomaterials on different living creatures. So I wonder if that will factor into the events of the game, or how far away this takes place from the game, whether it's like years in advance or months in advance. I'm looking forward to the book, I'm looking forward to the game, and hopefully we learn more about both of them next year. But drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you guys looking forward to Alien Infiltrator? Have you been reading the recent novels and comics? And are you still interested in the Cold Iron Studios produced video game, which is still untitled? For all things Alien and Predator and the latest in pop culture, be sure to subscribe to HN Entertainment.